I've always relied on photos and videos as if they were memories. Unwavering truth. Relied on them to make sense of things, to figure out who I was and what I look like. It's both a beautiful and a cruel thing to know you are a different person in every stage of your life. To know you are irrevocably and fundamentally not the same. The reality of living in my body is not a metaphor. It's something I wake up with every morning and lay down to rest with at the end of every day. It is a lurking shadow, a bird sitting on my left shoulder that is sewn to the only bone I've ever broken. It is knowing my old body was a dancer's body, a delicate flower, a pretty crier. It was a body that fit the clothes I love, that looked like it belonged next to the beautiful people in my life. The reality of living in my body is knowing I've been forced to abandon the greatest pair of pink pants I've ever met. Clothes sound like an inconsequential punishment, but not when you think you're an invisible person. How will anyone see me if I'm not the loudest, the most colorful thing in every room? Depression, disquietude, and I are old friends. I'm comfortable with them, familiar. I don't know what to do with reality, with physicality, with coming to terms with oneself. I live in a body that has loved, but never been loved, that is always the losing option, that was dropped as a child, that, according to the internet, is 6 pounds away from being considered medically obese. A body that has become a barrier between me and desire, between me and contentment, and between me and comfort.
Love your body the way your mother loved your baby feet.
Baby Alice, who was born 19 hours ago, born to Mom. Ta-da! Pamela and more Alice.
Yeah, we're both a little tired out, but we're hanging in there.
Just that you were a healthy baby was like a huge blessing. You were absolutely perfect because, when you're pregnant, you always worry that something might be wrong. And we did have the problem with like the blood issue that, if it had been an issue, you would have had some birth defects.
You're going to get practicing with those vocal cords because you're going to be a talker.
Most kids start screaming and crying when they wake up. Most babies, you never cry. I wouldn't know you were awake because you didn't make a peep. Your feet would just like go up in the air and I'd see them just like kicking around in the bassinet, like they'd stick out of the top of the bassinet. And I'm like, oh, she's awake. There was always movement in your body. Like if you were flat out laying down, you were sick.
Woohoo! Well, they're not that, ears aren't that, Jeremy. Oh, good.
Not even looking at. Yeah.
We never really knew why you were so thin. And when you danced and you put your arms up and you could see like your whole rib cage, like it hurt me. I think you are a healthy, beautiful girl. I feel like on an average day now, compared to then, that you don't feel great about yourself. And you should.
I know I am not the only person who feels this way, whose body has changed, who views themselves with disdain and frustration and hopelessness. When I told my mother the stress I was experiencing over this film, that I was once again disappointed in myself, she suggested I look into other people who have changed and struggled but maintain the quality of who they are.
Why do I feel like I need to apologize to the world for my ever-changing self?
I wanted to hide.
Did ballet for like all my life. I would just see myself in mirrors constantly.
Need to explain her body or justify it to anyone as it changes. We aren't born with these insecurities. We are told to be insecure about certain things. We are conditioned to feel ashamed or embarrassed about certain parts of ourselves.
As I believe that I'm beautiful and I found that beauty within myself, it starts to come out.
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
I love you, honey.
I love you.